Well, Miles, it's been a couple of days since the defeat to Darwin on the opening weekend. It was a frustrating performance. You described it in your post-match interview. Are you still feeling the same a couple of days after?
I think frustrating in the sense of you want to pick up 3 points, as quickly as you can when you start a league campaign, especially when you're pushing for the top end of the table. And I think not being able to do that on game week 1 is obviously frustrating. But we've done some analysis of the game back, and there's lots of good bits we can take. And I think the biggest frustration was we felt like we could have at least got another goal to at least get a point, and it just didn't quite come. So obviously it was a frustrating day, but we have to look forwards now and get ready for the next one.
And is perspective a big thing on this? Because it's the first league defeat this team has had since obviously this team came under club operations and everything that came with that. So is the perspective of you've got new players in the building and all of that, like not to get too carried away like we did last year, not too high after a loss, but not to think it's the end of the world because we've lost the first game of the season? Yeah,
and I must say the reaction from the group of players has been superb. I've been really impressed with the reaction. There was a time where we didn't get a result we wanted last season, whether it was a loss in a cup game or whether it's the one draw we had in the league, and the reaction wasn't the best, to be honest. And but this season, the mentality has shifted, and it shows the level of professionalism and how we're growing, and how the players that we've brought over from last season, the players that we've brought in, that professional level that we're working towards. So I've been really impressed because it's almost like everybody, we don't want to be happy when we lose, of course we don't. You understand that people are probably a bit miserable for a period of time, but then everybody's sort of got their heads together and now it's all systems go, and how do we fix it? How do we make ourselves better? What can we do as a group, as a team to get success in our next game? And that's the most important thing.
I mean, we touched on the debutants on the weekend. There was 6 of them in all. Just in terms in general, were you happy or pleased with what you saw? Obviously the defeat is not the result you wanted, but signs of life in there anyway.
Yeah, definitely. I think, look, the people that played in the game, for most parts did well. I said to the group after the game, I definitely couldn't fault the work rate, the energy, how hard they worked in tough conditions with the heat as well. But they left everything on that pitch, and that's a minimum expectation when you play for this football club. And to see some of the new faces do that from the off in game 1 was really impressed by that. And I said at the end of the game that we had to look at ourselves as staff as well. Maybe was it too many new faces all at once? That's not to say that anybody had a bad game by any means. It's just these things, when you put so many new faces into a team, sometimes the chemistry's not there, the connections aren't there, the relationships aren't still there yet, and people still learning and understanding roles. As you know, we made a lot of sort of late signings, and players have still need time to bed in. So we've discussed that as a group of staff, and we're looking at that in going into future games, and allowing these new players to bed in and allowing them to feel confident in their roles and their positions. But as I said, not one of the new faces played a bad game. It's just about more the chemistry side of things.
And the games are coming thick and fast now between now and the end of the month. Is that a good or a bad thing in terms of getting your fluidity back and people relationships building and all that type of thing? You've got a game on Wednesday. Is that a good thing for you in terms of a chance to respond, or is that not enough time to get some work in at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, both, I guess. It's nice whenever you get a result that you don't really want, you just want to play again. So the fact that we don't have to wait another week for the game to come round is good in that sense. So we can have a chance to fix it and put things right. But at the same time, as you've said, a bit more time would be nice in order to make sure that we can get these players bedded in and start to build the chemistry and relationships, and understand the players understand what we need from them, what we want from them in specific roles. So you can look at it either way, I guess. But look, as I said at the start, every team is in the same position as every team that's made new signings. Some teams have got new managers and having to learn a lot of new things, and every team's got 5 games in 14 days. It's not just us. So as a group, we just have to do the best we can with that and manage it. That's the cards we've been dealt, and that's what we have to roll with.
And on Wednesday evening, you welcome FC United to obviously our new home at Chorley in Victory Park. Just what are you sort of expecting on Wednesday night? And you're looking forward, obviously, wanting to get a good result on the first game in our new home.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. One thing I didn't mention post-game in the game we've just played is the support again. The support was unbelievable, the amount of people that were there, and there was some huge flags, huge Bolton flags around the whole of the pitch, and it makes such a difference. And again, I thank the supporters for that. And being at home, obviously we're looking forward to getting our fans in that home ground, looking forward to creating that atmosphere. And yeah, FC United, you know, it's not going to be an easy game. We're going to need the support from the stands. They're another team that have changed a lot over the course of pre-season. New managers, new faces. With that often comes different systems and new ways of playing. So we haven't got huge amounts of footage on them, because obviously, you know, they're very newly established in the sense of the manager and things like that. But yeah, we need all the support there, and we're looking forward to playing at Chorley, first game, and hopefully one of many wins there.